Welcome to the Forward Climate Action Kit. This is a great tool that we have 5 of them available for your classrooms on the Lending Library. And they're really good for coding activities and exploring climate change science. So when you come in, you get this, and then you have several different types of sensors. This is the body that runs the whole thing, and it powers everything. Then we have several different pieces, and we have a microbit version 2. That's the brain of the entire operation. And then these allow you to build different structures. So you use this and they snap together like Lego to build some structures, and then you can code it for different functions. So we're going to explore how simple it is, and then here's some accessory cords. Alright, so here we are at the website Forward Edu, and where we're going to want to look is in the lessons and resource. So we're going to go to the lesson library, and now here all you have to do is register for free access to all of their lesson plans, and it's a step-by-step guide on how to build and code all of the activities you can do with the Climate Kit. We're going to log in, so just log in with your GNSPES, and then here we are. So there's a bunch of different courses. So I have a few courses started. I built the Harnessing the Sun's Energy with Solar Panels, so I built a little thing that follows sunlight to show like how a solar panel can track the sun. So there's a getting started guide. So this is for you as an educator, and it gives you 15 lessons that you can kind of explore. And it just runs through like your standard LMS kind of course. So unboxing and setup, learning the platform, finding a lesson, etc. But we're just going to go dive right in, because that's what we do. So I was thinking it'd be interesting to look at the wind energy one. That kind of seems like a neat one. They have stuff like a bee counter, so you can set up a sensor to count how many times a bee visits a flower. So you get a flower, set it up outside, and it'll count how many times pollinators visit. Automated tree seeder for grade 9 to 10. So you can see that there's a wide variety of grades that you can use this for. Automated watering. Automated delivery vehicle, soil monitors, and then it has French versions as well. So some of the lessons are in French, which is wonderful. So this is for grades 3 and 4. So the time 40 to 60 minutes, number of lessons 11. So the nice thing is within it, it's also teaching about climate science. So we land on this page, we have lesson breakdown. So these are all the different stages. So when you want to give it to your students, you can copy a student link. So we copied it to a clipboard. We can look at what that student link looks like where they don't have to log in. Okay, so it just brings them to the platform. So we get started. In this lesson, they'll learn about simple machines found in wind turbines and discover the importance of wind creating energy through rotary motion. Its estimated time to complete this course is 60 minutes, with flexibility for teachers to adjust based on their students' age and learning objectives. So then they have videos that welcome you to it.
And this lesson will explore the exciting world of renewable energy.
So then it goes through kind of a lesson about sustainability. And then it's going to teach you about linear and rotary motion.
Please click and drag the images into the correct box. Linear or rotary movement. When finished, click to show the answers.
So it walks you through a whole lesson, and then talking about windmills and things. But we'll skip ahead to building our project. Okay, here we go. So first off, it gives you the list of everything you're going to need. So we're going to need one of these. We need 4 of those. 4 of those, 1 of these, 2 cubes, 4 flat plates. We'll need our microbit. We'll need our climate board. That's gonna kind of power everything. Our switch. And then in the bottom we need the rotary servo. So they have several servos, so we just choose the one that has the rotary image on it. We need the USB cable to hook our microbit up to the computer. And we are set. There's 2 ways to do it. One is you can give image instructions. So just like Lego, they can look along and build like this. I really like this way of building. But they also offer a total step-by-step guide through video form. So depending on what your students' needs are, you could either they can work through this version of it, where it's just pictures step by step, or you can use the video to go through it. So let's do a build montage. So we have our wind turbine set up. So as I said, now it's time that we just do the final part, is we plug our microbit into the computer. Now we have it, so it'll do that. Okay. It'll do that the first time that you plug it in. So the last stage is we plug our microbit into this slot right here. So our final setup looks like that. So it just goes right on top of the forward board. So now we're back in here. We've built it. It doesn't take very long to build, just a few minutes, depending on the kids' levels and things like that. But now it actually gets into coding concepts. So it talks about what we're using for code and why. So for this one, it's talking about sometimes we make computer programs, we want something special to happen. So we're talking about making input blocks. So on dial turned by this, we need something to happen. So now it's getting into coding your project. Now the nice thing about this is, once again, it has step-by-step tutorial on how to code it. But for you as a teacher, it actually provides you with the fully finished code. So you always have that backup, so you know what the code's supposed to look like. So when you look at what a student's doing, you know where they went wrong. So right within it, you can hit start coding. Welcome to Powering the Future. In this tutorial, we will code the dial component to the wind turbine in the same direction as the dial is being turned. So whatever direction we turn the dial, it's going to spin the windmill turbine. Use the dial's button function to stop the wind turbine. Okay. Turn on the climate action board. So there's a little switch. We turn on there, and then some lights will come on. So click the 3 dots beside the download button to connect the device. Next, follow the steps to pair your microbit. So boom, we're going to connect our device. Next, we're going to pair it. It should pop up in Bluetooth. So now whatever we do on here, we should be able to download it. So now we want to click the download button to download the blank project and start up the simulator. Alright, so we hit the download button, and that's going to start up the simulator. So it's just downloading like a blank file on there, kind of clearing it out and getting it ready to start downloading. So now, because we did that, we can see the simulators we have here. We have our dial, we have our servo that we can control. Next. So this is how the simulation looks. So boom, we do look like that. We are good. So yeah, you can see here, I'm turning the actual dial, and in the simulator itself, it is reacting to it. So we can, as we turn it, we see it right here on the screen. So we know we're all good. Click sensors and drop on dial turn difference. So we go in sensor, dial turn difference into the workspace. Right click on dial turn difference block to duplicate. And it's grayed out. Change the direction of the arrow of the grayed out dial. So we're going to make it the other way. Now it's turned green. Click sensors and drop on touch. So sensors on touch down into the workspace. Click motors, drag set left servo to 50%. Inside dial 1 turn difference. Change left servo to middle servo. One thing you'll note, which is important, is that we have 3 motors on this side. Zoom right in. So we have 3 motors here, and then we have 4 sensors. So wherever this is plugged in, this is plugged into the middle motor port. If you were plugged into the left one, you'd have to set this to left servo. But because we're plugged in the middle, it says M, L, or R, so we have to use middle servo. But we downloaded our code onto here, and now we have our little microbit in, and we can see that if we turn this dial, it starts to go. And if we turn it more, it goes faster, and the more we turn it, the faster it goes. Now my suggestion is to tell kids to limit the amount they turn it so we don't burn out the servo, but you can get it going pretty good. The noise is a little bit much though. And then as you turn it the other way, we coded it so that we slow it back down. And then we turn it off. Now, there should be a power supply within the board itself, so once it's unplugged, we should still be able to use it. So now we're no longer plugged in, but we still have this functioning board. So the microbit is now receiving power from the forward board. And we have our own little controllable windmill that we've coded and built. Let's turn that off. So they have it with a tutorial, or you can do it without a tutorial. So like you can have the kids, like depending on the difficulty level, you can kind of guide kids through or let them use the tutorial we just looked at. They have some stuff for challenges. So creating energy involves a lot of tracking. Scientists and engineers want to know things like when is the most wind, etc. So the challenge, use code you've already created to find a way to instruct the microbit to display the speed of the wind turbine using the LEDs. So they give you some kind of extension coding activities to go along with it. So that was just one example of how you can use this climate kit for a lower grade. For higher grades, you can build autonomous vehicles that can drive down the hallway and avoid obstacles. There's a lot of fun things you can do with it. It's a fun way to build and code, and it's all very well guided. So it's really worth your time to look at. We have 5 of these kits, so you can set your students up into groups and let them explore and learn. All right, let us know if you want it.